Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. In part 3 of our chakra series, we'll be working on that inner fire, that perseverance, discipline. It's time for the Solar Plexus Chakra. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hop into something comfy, hop on your mat, and let's get started. So join me here in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged seated position. And we'll be here for a short period of time. So if you want to sit on blocks or something comfortable, a pillow maybe, I advise you to do so. But today, like I said, we're working on the Solar Plexus Chakra. And it's located about 4 fingers above the navel and underneath the breastbone here. So mainly the abdomen area. To help light that inner fire, we'll practice a breathing technique, Kapalbhati Pranayama, or skull shining breath. How this works is we suck in the abdomen, forcing an exhale, and the inhale is passive. So it'll sound something like this. So we're not exhaling and inhaling again, just the force of our abdomen, our diaphragm coming back out, will inhale. So if you want to practice, we'll do just 5 of them just for a practice session, and then we'll jump into it. So to get started, just suck in that abdomen, pull that navel towards the backbone. You can close your eyes during this if you need to. Just try to stay upright in your Sukhasana, and we'll go for 30 reps. I think that was about 30. So let's regroup, recover a little bit, and then we'll go for one more session, another 30 reps. And this is called skull shining breaths because it's supposed to bring a little bit of sweat, warm the body first of all, but bring a little bit of sweat to the brow. Hence the name, skull shining breath. So in just a second here, we'll get started with our second round. Remember, try to keep the spine upright, hands resting on the knees, or you can take any mudra you like. But in a minute, we'll begin. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale, let it all go. Hopefully that brought a little bit of warmth to your body. So now let's make our way down to tabletop position. We can get started with our asana. So to start, we'll warm the spine with some cat-cow and some lateral bends. So inhale, cow, lift the chest, lift the chin, arch the lower back. And exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone, let the head hang for cat pose. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cats. Inhale for cow, and exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cats. Inhale, cow, and exhale, round for cats. Now take a nice deep lateral bend. You can walk your hands over if you like, or you can just keep your hands here at neutral and drop the left shoulder towards the left hip and look over like that. I'll walk my hands over. So throughout this practice today, of course, keep awareness in the solar plexus region, the abdomen region. But this chakra is all about your self-confidence, your willingness to do work, your discipline. So throughout this practice, if you feel like quitting, you feel like taking a break, believe in yourself. I certainly do. you can push through. You can definitely do this. Inhale, go ahead and walk back to center or return back to center if you're not there already. And exhale, either drop the right shoulder to the right hip, or you can walk those hands over if that's what you did the first time. In this practice, I definitely designed it to be tougher than the root chakra, tougher than the sacral chakra, but it's nothing you can't handle. Hopefully you'll have a lot of fun in this practice today. And walk back to center. And we'll take a bird dog with a crunch pose. So lift the left arm straight up in the air, the right leg back, the toes point at the ground, the heel at hip height. And exhale, crunch, bring the knee to the elbow in the center. And inhale, extend, exhale, crunch. Inhale, extends, exhale, crunch it down. Right knee to left elbow. Inhale, extends, exhale, crunch. Inhale, extends, and exhale, crunch. And return the knee, return the hand back to the ground. And we'll switch. Lift the right hand and the left leg. Right arm straight out in front, left leg, toes pointing at the ground, heel at hip height. And exhale, crunch, rounding the back, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, lift, and exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift, exhale, crunch. Remember, attention to the solar plexus. Inhale, and exhale, crunch back down. Inhale one more time, and return the hand, return the knee to the mat. Now, press back into a downward facing dog, and we'll slowly walk our hands towards the top of our mats. Walk the feet towards the top of the mat, and slowly rise up into Tadasana, hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. And to warm the body even further, we'll do some sun salutations. So inhale, lift the arms, hands still together, and exhale, dive forward, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Plant the hands, step the feet back into high plank, and Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down, low push-up position, and all the way down to the ground. Release the feet, shoelace side of the foot on the ground, and press up into upward facing dog. Flip the toes from here, press back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and step the foot between the hands. Back foot follows into that halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise. Circle the arms up, touching the palms overhead. And hands back to heart center, that Anjali Mudra. Inhale, lifts. Slight back bend here, back to center, and we'll take a lateral bend. I'll turn so you can see me. Take a lateral bend over to your right, and inhale back to center, and exhale over to your left, and inhale back to center. Now I'll turn just so there's room on my mat, but stay where you are, and dive forward. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step back, high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Vinyasa. Flow through into your upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. And inhale, lift the right leg this time, three-legged dog. And bring that foot up between the hands, back foot follows into a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Circle the arms up, touching the palms overhead. And hands down to heart center. Now inhale, lift the hands, slight back bend. And exhale, back to center. And again, I'll turn to you so you can see. But lateral bend to your right. Inhale, back to center. And exhale to your left. And inhale, back to center. Again, just me turning here. And dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step back, high plank. And chaturanga vinyasa down. That's flowing through our chaturanga into our upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Step that up. Back leg follows. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Circling the arms up, touching the palms overhead, and hands down to heart center. Last time here. Inhale, lift the hands. Back bends, back to center. Again, I'll turn, me only turning. Lateral bend to the right with an exhale. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, lateral bend to your left. And inhale, back to center. Just me turning back. And exhale, dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, rise. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Step back into high plank. And from here, press back, downward facing dog. Now lift that left leg, three-legged dog. And tiger pose. So you're bringing your knee to your chest, floating the toe off the ground. And inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger pose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger pose. Hold it. And plant the foot. Come up for a high lunge. Arms straight up in the air. Hands down to heart center here. If you're not stable in your high lunge, and take a second and get there. So hands at heart center here. And we'll sink down. And we'll circle our arms up with an inhale. Straighten the back leg. And exhale down. Deep, bending deeper into the front knee. Now inhale. Circle the arms up. Straighten the back knee. And exhale down. One last time. Inhale, rise. And exhale down. Go ahead and straighten. Come back to neutral. Arms straight out in front. And your eyes follow your left hand back for a twist. Hold this twist for a breath or two. Hopefully you're feeling some heat by now in that solar plexus, and then throughout your whole body. Inhale, sweep that left arm by the left hip. Arms come up and hands go back down. Step back into a high plank. Downward facing dog. And walk the feet up between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Circle the arms up, touching the palms overhead. And hands come to heart center. Slight bend in the knees. And with the power of the legs, inhale, circle the arms up. Swan dive, forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step back, high plank. downward facing dog. And with our right foot this time, three-legged dog. And exhale, tiger pose, right knee to chest, floating the toes off the ground. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, tiger. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, tiger pose. Go ahead and plant that right foot. Move it a little more forward if you need to, but come up for your high lunge. Arms straight up in the air. And hands down to heart center. So as we dip down, we circle, or we release our hands, and as we come up, circle our hands up, straighten the back knee, and as our hands come down to heart center, we sink down, bending that back knee, sinking deeper into this front knee. Inhale, rise up, and back down, and inhale, circle the arms up, and exhale, hands down to heart center, arms straight out, and we're following this right hand back with our eyes for a twist. Time to relax for a second for a breath or two. And go ahead and sweep that right arm by the right hip. Arms come up. And hands down to the mat. Step back, high plank. And go ahead and drop your knees a little wide. Touch the toes. And we'll sink back for a few breaths into a child's pose. A little bit of rest here. Not for too long. We don't want to lose this heat that we've built up. Remember in this practice, if anything is too much for you, this is the resting pose you can come to, catch your breath, and then pick up wherever in the video you like. On your next exhale, with an inhale, come up into table posture. Knees back to a good table posture. Press back into downward facing dog. And with an inhale, we'll lift our right leg, three-legged dog. And we'll bring it up in between our hands, the right foot. And rise up into your warrior two. Spin the back foot. Nice, slightly wide warrior two here, just so we can feel the heat. Nice, proud warrior two arms. And with an inhale, reverse warrior. We'll hold each of these for a breath or two. And exhale, extended side angle. Try to keep your forearm off of your leg. And come back up into your warrior two. Straighten the front leg and reverse triangle. You can take a bind behind the back with your left arm. Right arm should be straight, one straight line from the right arm all the way down to the leg. And exhale, extended triangle. Remember to breathe here. Neck neutral or looking up at the hand. And inhale, back to triangle, warrior two, and windmill the arms down, spin the back foot, and step back into high plank, downward facing dog, and you guessed it, lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and step that foot forward, up between the hands, and rise up into warrior two, opposite side. Breath or two here in our warrior two. And with an inhale, reverse your warrior. You can take the bind behind the back, eyes gazed up at the left hand. And exhale, extended side angle. Remember, try to keep the forearm off of your thigh. And back to center. Straighten the front leg. Reverse triangle. And extended triangle. Revolve down. Back to warrior 2. And windmill the arms down to the mats. Step up between the hands. Step the right foot up between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, folds. I'm going to step away from the window a tiny bit. But rise up, or bring the feet together, I'm sorry. And rise up and sink down into chair pose. Nice deep chair pose here. And we can bring our hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And we'll take a twist to the left. Try to keep your knees together, pointed straight forward. Just twist as much as you're able to. Again, making sure you're engaging the core. You can either lock the elbow between the thighs, or if you're able to, bring it on the outside of the left thigh. Hands pressing together at heart center. And release, arms back up, and fold back down. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, folds, and rise, and sink the hips down into chair pose, arms up, and bring our hands to heart center, and we'll do that same twist on the opposite side. So again, try to keep the knees pointed straight together, and if you're only able to get the elbow between the thighs, or even less than that, that's okay. So either between the thighs, or maybe you're just here. But if you're able to, hook that elbow on the outside of the right thigh, hands still at heart center, head and neck neutral. Still sink back into chair pose. A few breaths, and release. And bring our hands back up. And straighten our legs and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And rise one more time as we'll sink back into our deepest chair pose. And exhale, down. Hands to the mat. Step back into high plank. Chaturanga down, slowly, slowly. And release. Belly all the way to the ground. I'm going to scoot down so I have room. Ooh, definitely have that skull shine going now. So from here, with the shoelace side of your foot on the ground, shoulders stacked over your wrists. Inhale, low cobra, and exhale, back down. Inhale, low cobra, bending the right knee, and exhale, back down. Inhale, low cobra, bending the left knee, and exhale, back down. Remember to squeeze your abs, draw your belly button towards your backbone. Inhale, low cobra, both knees bent. And exhale, back down. Now inhale, bring the right arm back and bring the right leg towards the arm, grabbing the right ankle. Inhale with that, and exhale, back down, release. Inhale, same thing, left arm goes back, bending the right knee, the left knee, grabbing the left ankle. And exhale, back down. Now we're going to put it all together. We're going to go for a bow pose here. And remember, we're pointing our solar plexus chakra towards the earth. and we're engaging through our abdomen. You can do this, everyone. So bend one knee to start, the right. Grab hold to bind with the right ankle. Left leg, left arm back, grabbing the left ankle. And when you're in a good position here, we're going to lift our chin and chest, as in low cobra. And we're going to try and lift our thighs off the ground, pressing into our hands with our ankles. And exhale, down, still with the hold, the bind with the ankles. One more time. Remember, press up with the chest and the chin for low cobra, and float the thighs off the ground. And exhale, down. Last time, let's make this our best one. Inhale, rise, bow pose. And exhale, back down, release, let it all go. Wrists come back under the shoulders. And extend the right arm out to a T. Bend the left knee. Adjust the microphone here. Bend the left knee, press off the left hand, and spin around. Chin falls towards the chest. Should be feeling a nice stretch in your right shoulder. Your left ankle should be close to your right knee. A little bit of action in the glutes here to send the hips forward. You can keep your left arm on the ground if you like, or you can take a bind behind the back, whatever you're comfortable with. And breathe here in this stretch. Feel the shoulder, feel the hips. Go ahead and release that. If you have a bind behind your back, go ahead and plant the left hand back on the ground and roll back, returning the left knee to the ground and coming back to center, both hands under both shoulders. Opposite side, left arm out to a T, bending the right knee, pressing off the right hand and spinning around. Chin falls towards the chest, right ankle behind the left knee. A little bit of action in the glutes to send the hips forward. And again, you can take that bind behind the back if you like, or you can just keep the hand planted under the elbow. And breathe here. If you have the bind behind the back, go ahead and return the right hand to the ground. And we'll spin back around, returning the right knee to the ground, returning the left hand under the left shoulder. And press yourself up into table posture and swing the legs around. Come onto your butts. Feet flat on the ground. Floating the hands, bring the knees together, ankles together, float the feet off the ground. Now if you like, you can have your hands under your knees, holding on. If you'd like to float them, that's fine. So with an inhale, we're going to extend our legs. With an exhale, tucking the knees to the chest. So inhale, extend, and exhale. Tuck, inhale, And exhale. Inhale, extend. And exhale. Inhale, extend. And exhale. Go ahead and return the feet back to the earth. The hands come behind the hips, fingers pointed straight forward. And we're going to press the hips up into reverse table posture. Hold for a few breaths. And exhale. Return slowly back to the ground. Bring the hands straight out in front of you and slowly roll down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Hands come to the mats. Float the knees up off the ground, or the feet, off the ground. Thighs should be pointed straight up. Shins 90 degrees away from that. Arms out to a T. And we'll bring the knees together over to the left side. Right right shoulder stays on the ground. And just a nice twist for the side body and the hips here. Remember to breathe in this posture. The work is almost done. And after an exhale, inhale, float the knees back to center, and back, twist to the opposite side. After an exhale, inhale, float the knees back to center. Return the feet to the ground. And extend one leg, extend the other. Arms about 45 degrees away from the body. Just relax here into our Shavasana. Let's start here. Let's take 3 breaths together. So inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Expand the ribs. Lift the chest. And open mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. And open mouth, exhale. Let it all go. One last time, lift the belly, ribs out, chest up, and exhale. Let it all go as you sink in and relax here in your Shavasana. And thank everyone for following along today. Definitely had the discipline to push through, to follow along. You've lit that inner fire. You persevered through. Solar Plexus Chakra is just not only about sweating, but it's our own self-confidence, our own willpower in day-to-day life, not just during an asana session. Hopefully this has helped you find your self-confidence, And if it has, please let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to stay here in your Shavasana, I welcome you to do so. Or if you'd like to follow along, bend your right knee, place the right foot on the ground, press off that right foot, and roll onto your side for a fetal position. And when you feel ready and your nervous system is caught up, press off and come up into Sukhasana, easy cross-legged seated position. Spine nice and tall. And with the last breath, we'll circle our arms up. And exhale down to heart center. Thanks for everyone for joining me today. I hope you had fun. Namaste.